Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
So stressful when the world's on fire. Good God. We can't look at this, guys. Like, my strategy is you buy it and you hope that you gotta get spotted. Yeah, but we all think you're crazy. You don't fight this. No way. The markets are freaking out and you don't think that anything is wrong? Come back tomorrow and I'll lose it all. Should be fun. Good morning, everybody. It is the 4th. Man, let's hone this in here. Bring it in a little bit. There we go. And we got the big number non-farms today, and I think that this is going to be a pretty significant number for the market. My own expectations aren't very high, and I think that the overall market is maybe expecting a number to not be very good, just because a lot of the kind of tea leaves that we read throughout the week going into this number to try and predict it don't look particularly great. That said, this is a number that always seems to surprise us. So, coming over here to the charts, our volume profile. You can see here on the E-mini. Yesterday, it was kind of tough going, but they went up and they made new highs. But then at the end of the day, and it's not really super apparent from this chart, but at the end of the day, we had some pretty wild action here with these moves down and everything. This time news about vaccines, that one of the vaccine makers, their initial supply that they'll be able to provide for the vaccine, it was almost half of what they were initially saying. So that is a significant thing, but it's kind of not a big deal in the larger picture. Here we see in treasuries, yesterday, an overall rise, interestingly enough. I'm not quite really sure what was the drive for the treasuries to be so consistently higher, but it worked out. We traded that yesterday and kind of, I think we just got lucky on that one. Did well with the market making and we were able to get away with it, I guess. Okay, oil, still kind of sorting things out from all of the supply and OPEC and all of this other stuff. Apparently OPEC not cutting output as much as they maybe was wanted. But overall yesterday was up. Gold just not doing anything too interesting. And copper, still looking overall bullish in copper. So, and then of course the dollar. The dollar was getting crushed yesterday, and then when we had all of the crazy, it kind of backed off a little bit, but kind of done. So another thing we need to keep in mind, Brexit still going on. It sounds like they still expect the deal to happen, but there was a couple of headlines yesterday that made it sound like it wasn't happening. There's still a lot of concerns. So I would expect there to still be some Brexit drama. I know, right? It's just like, just get it over with, guys. But whatever. I was all for it. But then, with all this nonsense that you have to go through to actually make it happen, I'm like, oh gosh, it's so inconvenient. It's so inconvenient. Okay. So let's turn on the text-to-speech here first. Dr. Fauci walks back claim that the UK rushed to COVID vaccine approval, citing quote-unquote misunderstanding. U.S. 10-year yields lagging, says the market year. That does appear to be the case. A little iceberg, a little assy burgy there at 220. By the way, the treasury's already pulled. Wow. So that's interesting. Okay, well, yeah, they have pulled holy crappiness. So this is not one that I think I want to be sticking an order out there on, right? Like, you know, sometimes I'll put stops and stuff like that and say, okay, can we get in now? I think that this is one that the volatility is looking to be so extreme. We're going to let it do its thing and then try and play the aftermath, which might be difficult, but hey, you know, this is also the sort of a thing that could cause a change that could go all day. So let's see here. So the main number that we're looking at here, non-farm payrolls, we're looking for an estimated 589,000 versus a previous of 906. So we know that they slowed significantly in November. If that number is significantly less than 589, then watch out. But on the other hand, I personally think that it's I personally think that the number is not going to be very good, and the market is not outright short. Actually, it's kind of in the middle, so we could probably play it both ways. Good morning, Lobo. All right, here we go. Click hero time. 245k. Just sell. Holy shit. Just sell and just let it go. Whoa. Okay, so I'm seeing the number on Twitter and hearing it in the squawk, but I'm not seeing. Okay, 344. Well, they might try and shake me out here first, and then I'm just gonna double down on it. Gonna do what is the word? Unadvisable things. Okay, I'm gonna take on the maximum amount of risk that I can let myself take. Okay, so the big sell, it came back to the news price. Okay, now let's look at some of these other numbers here. Participation rate didn't really change significantly. Where is the percent number? Here we go. Average hourly earnings was up. Spot 3 versus spot 1. Unemployment rate 6.7 versus 6.8. Okay, interesting. Now remember that the unemployment rate is different. Oh, non-farms payrolls 245 versus 469. I kind of mixed some of the numbers up, but it is 245. yeah, let me get rid of that too. So they're playing this game, Man, they really dropped on that. And now they're going to try and push the high of the day. And I think that they might get it. Look at the treasury is getting killed. What the hell? I'm just going to try and run with what's happening, so do not attempt. Slaughterhouse over here, bro. Dude, they're playing fucking games with it for sure. Like, it caused such an outsized reaction and liquidity vacuum behind it with the pull and everything that they're literally, you just had a number that was almost half of what the expectation was when the numbers were already really low, and they're trying to go for highs. So that one is I'm sorting this one under markets aren't efficient. So just to reiterate, 245,000 versus an estimated 469,000. Now let's just wait here, because I'm sure that people are going to start chiming in with more color on Twitter, because that's a significant difference. Corn-fused. No, I think that it's just they made a huge liquidity vacuum there, right? You see how far the treasury went up there on that and then dropped? That's crazy. Okay, this is the biggest miss to expectations since March, by the way.
Maxwell says weird, very bad number and barely any reaction.
Well, I think that what has happened here was all of the robots traded the actual number itself, and the more serious investors are a little scared of it here. How else can I say it? It's pretty crazy the way that it... my initial entry, 3674. Oh, they really careened. So let me try and explain it this way. Do you see this? They stopped everyone out. Take a picture of this, put it on. Tweet.
Maxwell says I know that market if forward looking, but I was hoping for way more volatility.
Oh, well, no. Like, I think that you're totally got it right, Maxwell. There's a significant number. The miss was significant. You're going to get significant volatility. And we did get significant volatility off of the initial move. But here's the problem, is that when you have that much volatility over something and you're like a market maker, who's going to sit out there with limit orders and try and take on a lot of contracts? I mean, there's like gamblers and speculators like myself here that are willing to take a micro contract or two and try and swing it. But, you know, the people they're not going to want to hold a lot of contracts, right? Which means that they're pulling a lot of orders. So when it moved down like that, when those guys all try and take their profits, it just swings right back up because there's this huge liquidity vacuum. So I think what needs to happen, and what we've seen in the past, although I don't think I've ever quite seen it this extreme, is that they're going to have to deal with the liquidity vacuum for a little bit. And then what will happen, and I think that you will see it extend through the day, people will start to come in and will start to adjust their expectations for this, right? So the gist of it is, it's not over. Now, the caveat, I think, on all of that is that, you know, there's a lot of other things going on. There's the Brexit thing going on. There's the vaccine thing from yesterday going on. There's still the Federal Reserve inserting a lot of liquidity and so forth. And so, you know, that doesn't mean that it's just like an automatic down, although I do think that the overall probability is that we move down. I guess another thing that I can say is that I have definitely seen it many times where I've come out on a non-farms payroll day and I saw a number and I was like, oh man, like you just take it this one way. And then they had the initial move that direction and then they never went back there. It was like perplexing to me that they never go all day. So that could happen to us here. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum. In November, 21.8% of employed persons teleworked because of the coronavirus pandemic, up 21.2% in October. From October. Up from 21.2. So slightly more people working from home, but not a huge amount. U.S. payroll growth cools in line with other gauges of easing labor market momentum. It was less than the expectation for sure, but you're right. It is in line with the other things that we've been looking at. I'm wondering if I have it wrong here in the Treasury. Yeah, I have it wrong in the Treasury.
Vincenzo C says thumbs up.
I'm a little unnerved by what's going on in the treasury here. I think that we could see a risk-off move develop. But
Vlad
look,
Stolyarov says imbalances on close been working good. Yesterday was 1.1B on buy side. After that news they dumped to buy it up again. Pretty interesting fun for 15 points.
You see that? Whew, that was a good hit. We'll see if it continues or if it's, well, yeah, I don't know. See, that one was on like no volume. That is on volume though.
Ace Trades says at Vlad Stolyarov, great job. Maxwell says I think since market is forward looking, it does not really care about today's numbers because of all the vaccine news coming soon. Knowingly it will all come back to normal next year.
But if the market is forward looking, how would they have not already have priced in all of the vaccine news coming?
Vlad Stolyarov says I am getting a hang of it, just need to have patience on winning trades.
Financial activities has added 164,000 jobs over the past 7 months, but employment in the industry is 115,000 lower than in February, says the BLS. Wow.
Maxwell says hence we are at all-time high.
I think that the market, news traders and robots trade off of vaccine headlines, but that's largely priced in. The wild card at the moment is fiscal stimulus, right? I think that's why the treasuries are doing what they're doing. Look at this. Look at this. This is scary.
Vlad Stolyarov says yesterday was moving cruise lines, airlines, Ozon Russian Amazon IPO pump.
Okay. So I've reduced my size in the treasury, and I'm just going to let that one try and run a little bit. I did that by cheating. That's scary, guys. Where were we yesterday? Okay, so 14 was yesterday's low.
Ace Trades says chicken out too early on good trades, should have gotten out sooner on bad trades. How to lose money. Vlad Stolyarov says expect junk stocks to rally this month even more.
I don't know, guys. The 10-year Treasury seems to be saying to me that the economy is going to need more fiscal support and that the market can't support
Maxwell
the
says
additional
the news was
Treasury
priced in.
issuance.
That's why the market is at the same level it was before the news.
Theories. Let's let it play out. So like, it's only 10 minutes after the news. It's non-farms. This is a number that can move the action all day.
Maxwell says my opinion, smiley face.
But let's just point out what we do know. The dollar has not moved. Equities initially moved down but recovered it after the liquidity vacuum. 10-year Treasury moved up but recovered it after the vacuum. But the Treasury has now pushed significantly lower.
Computer question. How long does it take to get Ninja Trader to go from hitting the icon to being able to take a trade? Mine is so slow.
Hitting the icon? It should be like almost instant.
Vlad Stolyarov says it's a lot like August month small dumps. No volatility, market grinds up every day. Only way to crash it is to break 2-day lows on volumes. Vlad Stolyarov says leaving this island top.
Oh, you're talking about to load Ninja Trader up itself? That kind of depends on what you have running, but it takes a while to start.
Ace Trades says your computer loads up all your screens instantly.
No. In fact, because I have the like my indicator uses tick replay. Anything that uses tick replay is expensive. Let's say it's computationally expensive, and so you will see. I will come in and start it and go and eat breakfast and then come back and it'll load up because it takes several minutes to start up and load all the charts, and then it has to load the overnight data and everything. It takes a while.
Ace Trades says okay, I feel much better.
Yeah. Okay, now the E-mini is...
Uzi Knesset says same here lol.
Trying to trend up a little bit here. I can make coffee and eat a
breakfast sandwich before my shit is dialed in lol. Ace Trades says at UZI Knesset yeah, I agree. Maxwell says lol.
They all...
Sean the One says ears gonna rip today again. Remember, more important than ever, they have the COVID-19 preventative spray. Ace Trades says I want to look for a long here. Uzi Knesset says yeah, it's called Lysol lol. Vlad Stolyarov says I remember that ears junk stock. Vlad Stolyarov says or was it eyes?
Yeah, what I see in the 10 years is a little scary. I would wait. Actually, by your own qualifications, shouldn't it be a short?
Ace Trades says fooled you market. I said long so I knew you would go short. Lol.
No, based on my understanding of your, what I'm trying to say is based on my understanding of your signal, shouldn't you be looking for short? And if you're not, then why are you looking for long? Or if that's not it, what do I don't understand?
Ace Trades says yes, I was teasing.
Oh,
Vlad
okay.
Stolyarov says California on lockdown, more stay-at-home people need to be participating.
Okay, now the E-mini's gone.
Ace Trades says I meant by saying long out loud, that would mean the market would do the opposite, just to take my money. Double reverse psychology.
Okay. Curious. Well, market makers in the treasury's still not really absorbing a ton of contracts. There's spots which I see some trades going through, but I don't think that that's really the market making. Donald Trump tweeting about how there was a rigged election and so forth.
RJ Wheel says I'm thinking short.
Yeah, Zero Hedge tweeting it now. I beat you, Zero Hedge. 10-year yields session high as ugly jobs report means fiscal stimulus more likely. I beat them by a whole 3 minutes. 3 minutes faster than Zero Hedge. Suck it. I really like that site. They post a lot of nonsense,
got to stop
but
FOMOing into
they
bad
post a lot of good
trades.
stuff.
Went short at 3,672.00 dumb.
Hmm.
RJ Wheel says 68.5 then 65.5.
Yeah, let's be careful. I went and I decided to YOLO on sim accounts here today. Some of my worst trades have been in situations like this.
RJ Wheel says 72 to 70 is my support wall. Has to break that to go for 65.
Oh, we did say a lot today, huh?
Vlad Stolyarov says stay-at-home people don't understand support, they know green equals buy. Ace Trades says at Vlad Stolyarov that is what their phone is telling them. Lol.
I like this Attila guy already. I gave him, so there's somebody in Discord that asked for permissions, and I gave him to him, and they're like, now I have permission to promote spam and scam traders and can try to fool them to sell my holy grail for 105%
Vlad
profitable
Stolyarov
strategy.
says even has an up green arrow on Yahoo Finance.
Let's see here.
Ace Trades says stopped out. Dumb.
That treasury.
Uzi Knesset says ZBRTH almost down a full point.
Y'all's got to stop selling that on only 500 contracts at 14.5. Good grief, man. ZB almost down a full point. Yeah. Well, you know, one of the things that makes it a little even more concerning in the treasuries was that, remember yesterday I was like, well, why are they moving up? I couldn't understand what was the drive for the demand, right? And so whatever it was, it seems like to me was temporary and was maybe just based off of momentum and things popping back up, right? Now we've got this move. This thing is kind of careening out of control. And we got to remember, if it starts to get down into, I mean, we're still far away, right? 137 is still really far away. But below 1%, those CTA strategies are going to panic. In fact, probably only before that. Okay, 14. And here's the problem is if we're selling because we expect there to be more fiscal stimulus, then doesn't that kind of also suggest to us that the market can't really handle it? Like, you will need a central bank. $13. Okay, so there was 482 traded at 13.5. But then the other thing that's kind of funny is that when they do trade down, it's like just choo 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 choo.
Vlad Stolyarov says, what if inflation forces the Fed's hand, and we see for the first time in 40 years interest rates trending higher? What does that mean for corporate debt trend, which has been expanding?
Yep. Except for that, I don't think that that's what they would do, right? I think that that the Federal Reserve
Vlad
would
Stolyarov
just step
says
in.
Option Millionaires article.
I think that the Federal Reserve would just step in and force the interest rates lower again somehow. $12.5 now going 13, 12.5.
Vlad Stolyarov says it was talking about the inflation that is going to hurt them in the end. They would have to raise rates at some point, causing a short circuit on quadrillions printed.
Oh, sure. Well, no matter what happens, at some point they have to tighten and there will be a taper tantrum, just like we had in the last, when 2015, 2016. Okay, so Federal Reserve's Evans is speaking at the moment. That could cut. Okay, whoa. What the fuck? Anyways, and then we're gonna have Bowman speaking later. Hmm. Oh, that's a good point. Hmm. Very interesting.
Vlad Stolyarov says ASMR typing.
I'm talking to somebody in
Vlad
Discord, and
Stolyarov says while I nap.
it sounds like what he does is similar to my model, actually. Okay, well, the treasury snapped back there quickly, didn't it? Whoa. That is interesting. It beats this slope. That's what I thought. Hmm.
Vlad Stolyarov says 82 to 55 range 70 pivot S to watch today.
Oh, he has an article. That's cool.
Vlad Stolyarov says AAII sentiment keeps increasing in bullish expectations. Vlad Stolyarov says bears are patient 22%.
Well, the E-mini is definitely not going yet, is it? It does. It looks like the short in the
Vlad Stolyarov
treasury
says
has
my
subsided a
expectations for
little bit.
NASDAQ are, surprise me again.
We got to keep in mind that when they were pushing down here, that a lot of these prices, they traded down through them without a lot of resistance, even though there's a decent amount of volume down there.
Vlad
And so I
Stolyarov
think
says
they were
if it
likely to
rallies.
range around there. We'll see if they push down again, then if the robots, the market makers, decide to start holding spots. Well, I should point out that we did see a bit of a rise in the dollar over the past, it's over the past 20 minutes or so, it's subsided. Well, they're selling again. And Joe Biden is asked about his disagreements with Kamala Harris on certain issues, and he said, I told Barack, if I reach something where there's a fundamental
Uzi Knesset
disagreement,
says, I am surprised how calm the Armenians. Wow.
we have, based on a moral principle, I'll develop some disease and say I have to resign. Is he going to resign and let Kamala take over? Is that what you're saying? I think that Bernie Sanders got this wrong. Bernie Sanders says, hold on.
Sean the One
wait.
says yours is gonna rip again today. It has a preventative spray against COVID-19. Since Pfizer is shipping 50% less, I see this company filling the void.
Okay. I don't particularly pay attention to individual issues like that. Bernie Sanders, Trump's rants about fraudulent election are not a joke. They're the most significant attacks against our democracy in history. If the election system's rigged, if the media is fake, if federal officials are part of a deep state, who can you trust? And then Bernie Sanders says you got a dictator, and I'm sitting here like, no. If the election system is rigged and the media is fake and federal officials are part of a deep state, you can't trust anybody in the government. I mean... Oh, that's funny. It really is a little quiet now. The treasuries have been moving, but the E-mini just sitting there is like really seems odd, doesn't it? Financial Juice retweets Julia Coronado. The permanent scarring the Fed worries about. The duration of unemployment looks more like the Great Recession, even as other metrics like the official unemployment rate look much better, which also underscores the intense inequality of the labor market pain. Those who are getting hit are hit hard.
Luis Alarid says my mommy always told me that she loves me more than anyone will ever will. So I trust her.
Oh, okay. Oh, guys. Tom Delvecchio, hey Carl, do you have a link for that New York Times piece of how many people are in front of me for the vaccine?
Vlad
Thank you.
Stolarov says you mama was wrong. Water boy.
This whole thing about Donald Trump as a dictator is I think is so silly, guys. I have to say, I think every time that I hear the leftists say that, it's like, it makes it hard to take anything else that they ever say seriously. Okay. Like we had a pandemic. Everybody was scared. He had literally the best opportunity that you could ever possibly have. The best opportunity you could ever possibly have to implement a dictatorship in the United States. Some governors in the United States have implemented what I think is basically a dictatorship. What's going on in California? It's insane. So that Newsom is crazy. Okay, just my personal opinion. Okay, I know it's super political. Okay, but then what did Donald Trump do? He did everything the exact opposite of what you would do if you were a dictator looking to consolidate power. He gave more power to the states. He made the states make all of the decisions, and he kept it, separation of powers. And then they turn around and they're like, oh yeah, he wants to become a dictator. It's so absolutely ridiculous. I mean, like, if Donald Trump wants to become a dictator, he's really bad at it because he had the best opportunity I think he would ever have to do it in the United States, and he didn't bite. Yeah, it's time to focus. You're probably right. Here it's the E-mini starts in 30 seconds. We gotta nurse this short here in the E-mini. Because the equity traders seem to be unmoved by one of the worst non-farm payrolls this year. Okay. Open so far mixed, maybe slightly positive. Okay, sellers making some significant excursions now. Still pretty slow. Mitch McConnell, there's no actual reason why the fates of common sense policies like the second round of job-saving paycheck protection program had to be linked to the fates of fringe proposals like stimulus checks for illegal immigrants. I freaking agree. They should have passed the bill, and it's ridiculous that they couldn't get there. I find this movement in the E-mini incredibly bizarre. The only consolation here is that if the E-mini is going to decide that this really is a bullish day, the treasuries are going to just get killed. And that will probably put a damper on it. Why is Zero Hedge
Sugar
tweeting
Daddy
about
says
that?
looking down.
So Zero Hedge just tweets Musk to employees focus on profitability or stock will get immediately crushed. That was something that he posted like 4 days ago, and they're only just now posting about it.
Vlad Stolyarov says in TSLA bear sentiment for me after upgrade.
Yeah. It'd be funny if that's when Tesla turns down. A bunch of analysts finally went bullish on it, and then it goes down.
Vlad Stolyarov says the only countermove is it's still merging into SPY by December 21st.
Price is moving up, but cumulative delta is still questionable. I'm actually getting different metrics from my two platforms, so which means that there's a lot of hitting it. Yeah, there's a lot of iceberging and flipping at certain prices. So when you get to these spots where it ticks up and down a lot, you can't completely match up the volume with what the best bid and ask was at the time, and so determining whether it was a buy or a sell depends a lot on how it processes it. CNBC fight on COVID-19 restrictions blows up on air. Oh, I didn't see that. I'll watch that later. Gotta love me some CNBC drama.
Pierre Klotz says is it me or someone quite small is missing?
Is someone missing? Oh, baby's not here today. Well, baby usually isn't here like he was yesterday.
Vlad
Yesterday
Stolyarov
I
says
wasn't
the
really, Yesterday I wasn't really a whole lot going on, so I was like, okay, I guess we can watch them, but I think they're all sleeping pretty hard now. He wasn't going to sleep last night, so I played with him quite a bit and got him quite riled up so that he would get tired and go to sleep.
Want
No, he's asleep. Market ear says code red ? What do they got here? Bank of America bull bear indicator. Bullish acceleration of Bank of America's bull and bear indicator getting hotter in here. Huh.
Sugar Daddy says where is the baby? Mike Gibson says guy from The Mandalorian. I would like to see the baby.
U.S. equities have become more negatively linked to U.S. 10-year yields, especially the NASDAQ. Equities it should be able to digest gradual increases in nominal bond yields. However, there has been a large increase in equity duration in the U.S., while the 3-month rolling beta of Euro Stocks 50 to U.S. 10-year yields is above average, has turned negative for the NASDAQ. And they show a chart. Showing the beta to the 10-year yields. That's interesting. U.S. dollar bounce quickly fades, says Forex Live. Yeah, you know what this is? This is bizarro world where the data doesn't matter because the Fed will buy it for us anyways, no matter what. This is dangerous.
Vlad Stolyarov says slightly smiling face, 82 to watch now. Vlad Stolyarov says for pullback small.
Oh, look at that big order up at 80.
Sugar Daddy says the NAS is down though. Sugar Daddy says just get a good entry. Vlad Stolyarov says they were playing with 80, then pulled it yesterday, then redumped and bought back, lots of manipulations.
Well, yeah, I'm not terribly wild about buying this, right? If they're gonna buy the S&P 500, then they're gonna do it without me. But we only lost $50 on that, which was a fairly leveraged trade, and we've made 343 on the treasury trade. So
Vlad Stolyarov says S had more room to run, NQ didn't yesterday. Sugar Daddy says who is buying, you must crazy to buy this.
I don't think that the Robinhood traders have a clue. They might be one group. But that's where it kind of comes into, okay, so if you're like a big fund, why aren't, when you get that number, why wouldn't you have sold? You go and sell the futures
Vlad
or whatever.
Stolyarov says they can buy it. I don't care. Vlad Stolyarov says I watch volumes versus price.
But we could also take it a different way, and we could say, oh, well, a bad non-farms payroll means that there will be more fiscal stimulus coming into the markets, which is good
Vlad
for stocks, and that's why they want to buy.
Volume on S good for bull.
It's just that then I look at what the 10-year treasury is doing, and I'm like, something's got to give at some point, guys.
Vlad Stolyarov says they just need to get over key resistance and lift it off for me to short O. Sugar Daddy says at Vlad Stolyarov do it Vlad IA at work I am out though. Vlad Stolyarov says if they fail to rally, also 3 points scalps on short side possible typical. Once volume dies, but it's trying to push it out. Vlad Stolyarov says there we.
And then they're pushing up, and now they're above the overnight high. You've got to be kidding me.
Vlad Stolyarov says that's a bull sequence.
Yeah.
Vlad Stolyarov says slightly smiling face. Vlad Stolyarov says 72.5 started.
There is a significant volume trading at each price, though, in the E-mini. Interesting that the Treasury is kind of backed off as that's all happened. So there's not really a correlation with equities at the moment.
Sugar Daddy says okay. Sugar Daddy says is that the S? Vlad Stolyarov says Sugar Daddy yes.
And this over here on the left is yes.
GETATME30 says at Vlad Stolyarov, what key resistance level are you looking at to short off of?
We have to pull up R. Well, E-mini turn in there a little bit. If they come back through 80 or so, I think I want to take it short. So I'll take it big time short. Where is it? I got the wrong one. Look at that, right back up there again. Oh. Better. That's better. The ES is always levitating on the wrong side. So where are we at now? We are at all-time highs. We just had a terrible jobs report. We missed the expectation by almost 50%. It's the worst jobs report that we've seen since March, and they decided to buy it to all-time highs. The only reason to rally is options maker buyers. Well, that's possible. Biden will call for people to wear masks for 100 days. That's just, what do you guys think about that one? I mean, I get it's like, a PR move sort of a thing, but like... just sounds so cheesy, and I don't think that it will have the intended effect. And this is turning into one of those R squared equals 1 moves. Better than no national mandate. Look at the country. Well, there doesn't need to be a national. Not even sure that you can have a national mandate, but for mask wearing. Like it seems to me like kind of like a clueless, how do I say that? Like they want it to be like a gesture, like, yay, we're doing something, but it doesn't actually help anybody. Like, I can't go into Walmart without a mask, so I don't understand how Joe Biden saying that we need to wear masks for 100 days is going to change anything. Right? It's just a PR move. But will that make some people feel better about things? I don't know. I could. I kind of feel like that it would just more piss off the people that aren't on board, you know? Okay, well, Treasury pushing down again. Treasuries ticks down to a new low. And clears quite easily. 10.5. $5K iceberg at 137.10. Wow, strong offer placed on there and they hit into it, but it takes it. 7,000 now. Well, that's my cue. Cool. Watch them just careen down further now without me. I'm just going to put that there so we know where we got out at. You closed your short for, wow, you got short at 26? Not bad. But you got out too. You've seen the same thing, huh? The thing is I don't know what's going on there exactly. 7K is a lot. That could be market maker rebalancing. I think that they will probably try to do a level break here at 9.5, 9. Of course, we do seem to have some informed trading here. So it's like there's informed trading and the market makers are pulling in combination. So the market makers aren't pulling at 9.5. So that is one clue. But you know, the informed traders could decide to continue pushing down because we don't really have a way of pricing this, right? But I just see a lot of liquidity flipping through there, and we caught a pretty good winner from it. So that's the one where we just take what we made and run, I think. I wanted to hold out for a bust of the low, but you know me well enough to know if I'm in a position I see absorbing on the other side, I'm out just to be safe. Yeah. Oh, they took it. Yeah. Oh, you took it out on a 17? Oh, geez. Well, nah, I mean, I wouldn't put it that way, Uzi. I think you might still be right, that this area is the correct thing. I think that it's hard to pick the exact location because of the way that the liquidity is right now. You know what I mean? When we have a pull that far, you're going to get a range where the market makers aren't taking things in that whole area. And so it's hard for us, you know, anywhere in here would have been appropriate, and you still might actually have it correct. See, the 10-year ticking up like that suggests to me that he gave up 3 ticks essentially. Low pop, not particularly violently, but it would still give filled at 14. Yeah, probably. Well, 2,000 contracts at 14, actually. Surprised that's that much. Scott Adams says you're going to be angry at me today, but it's for your own good. Uh-oh, what's he gonna tweet? Is he gonna say that the election wasn't stolen? I bet you that's what he's gonna say. Okay, so factory orders coming out here in a minute. News squawk. As 10-year yields approach 1%, many desks are warning that risk sentiment might be soured by a breach of that psychological level. We're also alert for potential book squaring going into the weekend ahead of a heavy docket for next week. But they buying it. News squawk warning them, but they buying it. I assume their average long is around 50. Wait, what are you talking about? You mean all the way back at 36.50? No. I got lines at, well, there's 80 for the regular session and then 76 and let's say 71. Okay, factory orders X transportation 1.0 versus previous reading of spot 5. Oh, month over month for October 1.0 versus an estimated spot 8. Okay, so you got the transportation orders out of the way. Fed speaker. Now, I guess the Fed speaker will probably be ongoing, but I think that you got all the news out of the way at least. Guess that was a squeeze. It might have been a short squeeze. I mean, it was a significant change in delta. It was. It was actually a move in delta pretty equal to the sell that we had yesterday. Oh, look at that huge old monster order at 137.10 now. Ooh, did I catch that right or what? What's this? NASDAQ Governance Solutions to build a future-ready board. Ensure that its composition reflects your company's values, including the representation of diverse backgrounds and experience. Learn more about evaluating your board's future readiness. Okay. It's funny, the one time I see the NASDAQ tweet, it's something that doesn't matter. You want to see something weird now? Tesla 620. Are they really 596? Wait, I'll pull this up. Uh-oh, Kudlow's on the television. Got to shore the markets up after the jobs number. But the markets are up, so I guess it does. I guess we didn't really need him. Da-da-da. Fix lower today. Yeah, Tesla kind of, I don't know. Tesla's not above that high from earlier in the week. Sumo Logic, a new high. Apple does not look good. What's with that? Put GS in here for bank. So the bank's doing good, but Apple not. Oh, hold the boat. So this is value rotation again. Tech's going down, banks moving up because the interest rate's increasing. Reflation trade. Rate of hiring doesn't matter. Could be. I'll move this over here so I can keep an eye on it. The what? Oh, fuck this. I want out of this thing. Jeez. Oops. I clicked too many times. And Treasury ticking down again. They're like, oh, you need more? They can rally anything. I don't know, man. The money has to come from somewhere. Pfizer chairman, we're not sure if someone can transmit the virus after vaccination. I really hate these kinds of questions that they ask them. Nine half. Josh Howley says he's a no on COVID aid bill unless it contains another round of direct payments. That'll certainly boost the markets, right? Look at that. Well, Treasury's still kind of holding the 9.5. Oh, you tell me when to attempt the short. Okay. Well, this last move up is a little crazy. At 82, it was like, okay. But now 85, I'm like, the fuck? Look at the dollar plummeting down to another new low of the session. Gold all over the place, by the way, today. Really, wow. Gold is really all over the place. Kudlow's still speaking. The marketeer, in the long run, 100% probability to make money in equities. There you go. Boy. And somebody pumping his stock again. You're gonna rip again. Who cares? Not interested. Do you think that coming in and telling a bunch of futures traders about it is going to help your investment? Kind of sounds like what you're trying to do, to be honest. Now, you're probably going to come back and you're going to say, oh, no, I just want to help you guys make money. And we're like, oh, well, thank you for picking our random stream that you've never visited before and being so generous. But most of these guys do pretty good on their own. The marketer says, is it time to prepare the U.S. 10-year at 10% at 1% tweet? Penny stock pumpers, you can give them your phone and they will even dial it. It's funny. Really? Oh, really? And they'll get on and pump up their stocks? Well, we should do that. Open mic Friday or something like that. Not on a non-farms Friday, but maybe another week. What's Brit Hume saying? That's something about Chinese. Don't worry about it. Oh my gosh. Oh, this picture. Wait. Oh gosh, I always open image in new tab. I hate how when you click on the image, it just goes to the tweet. Thank you. That's exactly what's going on. Zero hedge. Beat means the economy is not stalling. Buy stocks. A miss means the Fed will do more quantitative easing. Buy stocks. Yeah, I don't think so. That's not how I want to play it. Oh, I haven't even checked Bitcoin today. 19,155. More loan forgiveness too. Let's forget. I really don't think that's going to happen. I have never seen a policy so universally panned. There is not a single serious analysis of that out there saying that it would be good or that it would even accomplish what it intends to accomplish. In fact, it removes China's sanctions. That apparently that's not happening right away, but. Zero hedge quoting Bank of America. As the market looks past near-term COVID headwinds, we expect 10-year rates to move towards 1.25 to 1.5. Well, that's way worse than the one where we're at. Consistent with fundamentals. And Zero Hedge comment on that together with every other bank. Oh yes, because all of the bank stock's going to be going up off of that. Hence why my Goldman is up. How much day up? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. 1.3. 1.3%. Everything, all my things are up. You know what? I keep saying like, I don't want you guys to know what's in, but I keep talking about it, don't I? I see the dollar moving up a little bit here. Oh, is that coming from the... Hold on. Ah, yes it is. A little bit coming from the Japanese yen. The yen pushing down here. Some money's coming out of the yen and into the dollar. And there it is again. Flat. This thing just ain't giving up. I don't think I have ever seen a movement that seems so disconnected from the fundamentals. Can you guys think of I mean, it's not the first time that I've seen like bad data comes out and the indexes rally because, quantitative easing, yada, yada, yada. But this move seems particularly crazy to me. I am really quite surprised that they're able to push up as high as they have. Of course, it doesn't mean that they're going to continue. Probably now that I finally took a long, they're going to flip. But look, the Treasury, oh my gosh, 4,007. They are not done. They are not done. You say the move is good for your account? Well, the rotation is really good for me, but makes me so nervous, man. I don't know. You're not dying. You just can't think of anything good to do. Hmm. There are many that need to be short in the market. I don't think that there are, Tommy. How do you what makes you think that there's anybody short in the market? Except for me, of course. But I'm not even short at the moment. Who is short? Are you short? Raise your hand if you're short. Who else needs to be stopped out here? We need you to buy it so that we can end this nonsense. You wanted to short. It's not giving you one, huh? I kind of thought that candlestick pattern was a good opportunity, but it's not given in. That's what we need is a Brexit headline. Is it possible to learn this? Ironic. He could stop out other people, but he couldn't prevent himself from being stopped out. Tell you what, scratching your nose is not fun after nose surgery, man. But it like itches, but touch it, it hurts. It's like there's no way to fix it. Ugh. Like if this long here in the E-mini works out, I'm actually gonna be like, nah. Seems so sketchy to me, man. You say 90s. What's our projections? $96. Or maybe yesterday's target, 90. Hmm. Hmm. Well, the Treasury is starting to get some more volume trading through in this area between 09 and 11. That's why I'm hoping to just kind of take a little cut out of the middle, but the Treasury's the E-mini is swooning a little bit, so I'm a little concerned about it spiking back up real fast on us. Okay, that's not bad. So they filled a big order and now they're kind of backing off of it again. Oh, I forgot we're in the counter trend time period. Maybe in the next 15 minutes we'll actually get a real sell. That was interesting. Central banks have themselves in an impossible bind. Well, yeah, it does kind of seem like yield curve control would have to come in here at this point, right? ECB to extend a dividend ban. Oh. They was doing okay there. The way that the E-mini moved up, the way the NASDAQ moved up are a little different. Okay. I'm surprised that even up there that they're willing to clear people like that. It's a 400 lot there that they plowed through. Chinese scientists claim to have built a quantum computer. Oh dear. That 09.5 is looking good, but it's still not filled. It's still a tough fill. So it kind of shows you the game that goes in here is that the market makers are probably like myself, all trying to go short and take it off on there. And so the competition for the bids is actually pretty high, and hence I'm sitting there. I have a good position, but I haven't been hit yet. Okay, that's good. They finally cleared it. There's the E-mini sitting at the highs. Break of the high. Jeez, oh jeez. That big red bubble then, so. Well, Cloth Tiger took it long at 12,479. Jeez. He almost caught like the bottom of that and fact. This near-term drop, at least. The E-mini and the NASDAQ are quite divergent today, I must say. Maybe you need to change some things about the way the Discord works so that... Oh, cool. Maybe not. Maybe we're okay. I was just looking at it and I was like... Because it wouldn't let us enable discovery on Discord so that it gets listed. Then I just looked and there we are. So it's all cool. Discord's perfect. No, nothing needs to be changed. Okay. Hello, Jason Bond. How are you? Oh, here we go. Look at him just keep going. Can you believe this thing? Like, it's one thing to be up after such a terrible jobs number, but 20-point rally. How high do you think they can go? Uzi says, boy, I sure should quit early, huh? Yeah, you did. Well, so it came back up there and I took another one. Oh, I got filled. I didn't notice that. Pay attention, Seth. Ugh. So I got 4 points out of that. So that puts me at 1, 2, 3, 4. And that puts me at that. I'm trying to track how much of this move I actually cut. Like the way that the E-mini is trading, it's like let's see here. They're gonna man, this whole thing is just a little crazy. I'm sorry. This is a little crazy. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh yeah, I got filled so easily. Oh, look at that 96 area. Oh yes. Accidentally bought 3 contracts and that turned out to be this okay. Wait, let me put I'm gonna do the last contract. Here's the thing. Oh, the squawk is going here. Hold on. Okay. Here's the thing that I think is so crazy about this. Okay. First, let's just set the context here again. We had a highly anticipated non-farms jobs report. The market makers completely pulled their liquidity for it 5 minutes early. It was expected to be a big event. The event happened. They sold the E-mini down and then recovered and then kind of went nowhere. Since this open, we are now up 20 points. We've had a 20-point rally, 25, somewhere around there. VIX target for the day is up at 96. We're getting close to that. Okay, so 1% up move. And then I go around and I look in chat. I'm looking at you guys and here in YouTube. Okay, Lewis bought some contracts. Uzi caught the short in the treasury. I go in Discord. There's all these guys that are long. I can see Igor was long. Nubaton is long. Like, you guys all bought it. What the heck? We're all sitting here like, this is crazy, but you all bought it anyways. And then you wonder why it keeps going up. You were long biased until 90 at least. Okay. The whole thing is just so funny, man. Ew, no. And somebody wants to ask about promotion like that. So nothing wants to sell. I'm going to sell it maybe soon. I don't know. The whole thing is just silly. It's just silly. It's a kangaroo. And look at how far beyond our stop out zone they are too. Like that's really is funny. It really is a kangaroo market, man. Yeah, there's some real liquidity up at 95. We're getting good volumes. Yeah, that's an interesting point. There's been a pretty decent amount of volume. Are you still studying the VIX? Well, I do watch that VIX projected range a lot, but since I don't really get data, I haven't gone into like back tests with it. This thing is still net long. The inside is fighting a lot more, but the larger orders, they're all putting their limit orders out, looking to get hit in long. Or, probably take profits on longs, I would assume. I don't know, is shooting at the Maverick station in Salt Lake? What is this world coming? Risks of a buy climax sell-off, but I will buy again. Ooh. Well, I definitely see it like they're far enough away from the stop out zone now that it's kind of like it's very toppy. Oh, no, I'm wrong. So we were saying that there was a decent amount of volume, but Futures Trader 71 says the relative volume for the first 45 minutes of the RTH was 235 versus 299. And that's the 20-day mean. So it actually is slightly less activity today in the futures than normal. Sure does not feel like it. What? Really? It's a little slow here now, I guess. Been a while since they've touched the volatility range too, by the way. I think a decline below 87 or so would probably be in order here. Yeah, I don't know. I've been doing, so I was just thinking about Vlad's last, or Lewis's last question about were you studying the VIX? So I've been looking at, I have a strategy that is based on my lines, and like my inventory lines, and it's pretty good on its own. Let me see if I can find it here. That's what I've been spending all my time on. Like it takes 20 minutes to do a back test. So I'll make a little change and then do a back test, do a little change and do a back test, and do it one at a time. So I have tried on it CCI, price, slope of price, TSI, RSI. I want to take a look at the fractal indicator that I have, although I really think that thing is probably random, but I've never tried it in a strategy or anything, so I can't really say. R squared, I still want to look at stochastics, and then I probably want to look at some stop and reverse type of indicators. So... But every single one that I come through and I look at, like, what is the value at the exact point that we take the trade? And it's at VWAP, one squeeze. I guess NASDAQ just took a little jump there, huh? I'm interested to do a little bit of investigation on R squared, though, in this market, because if I will show you here, yeah, we'll just use our little indicator over here. Let's duplicate it, because I'm not sure if I add on this that might be problems. Yeah, let's get rid of these. Large orders, changes, resting orders. Oh, the spread, we'll keep that one. Jesse Livermore said never short all-time highs. The problem is they're probably going to continue a number of times before you. I bet you that there's a good short in here somewhere, but I don't know where it's going to be. R squared. Okay, so R squared, you add our R squared. Do I have tick replay on this chart? What takes it so long? I don't know. Probably this price pivot thing it's expensive. Let's see here. Jeffy C. Livermore never said a short all-time high, never short all-time highs, but he said, man, legend and myth, if he actually made all that money all by himself, he had to finalize and shoot himself later. Well, yeah, this is where we get back to, like, I think that Jesse Livermore is like the quintessential example of where short-term technical trading leads to serious issues. Like, you can find inefficiencies in the market, and he did, but then after he exploited them, the market changed, and then he would lose money, and he did it multiple times, essentially. And then of course he finally gave up. Okay, so anyways, you look at R squared. So the way that R squared works is it says how close is this move to like a straight line, essentially. Like, they're saying, like, how much does the past price predict the future price in terms of trend? So when we get up here above 1, right, those are the crazy, this just doesn't stop kind of moves. Do you see that? Did I make it a little bigger? So it's getting over 75%. It gets close. And when it's down here, see, these are like reversions, flat kind of moves. So then it kind of reverts. I wonder what's better. Like a larger time frame or a shorter time frame. So let's try it. Let's do like R squared. We'll do one at 5 and one at 10. And look at what those look like. So 5 is a little bit, yeah. 10 is good. 10 is a little slow. You get a little slow, but it certainly gives you a good indication there. I'm going to delete this one so you can see. It's a pretty good strat. I don't know. I'm going to try it and see if there's any kind of interesting data aberrations that we can find from it. But so that's kind of what I'm looking at. Somebody else also gave me a good suggestion, because I'm only doing one that is on the whole session, but I should probably actually be doing one on like a, inner time frame as well. Like a 5-minute time frame or something like that. So please dump to 85. Well, they did get the ATR stop, didn't they? Oh no, they're not quite. They're still not quite there. Well, this still got 30 minutes left. That long that I took, even though I was like super late to it, cancels out all of the losses that I made in the E-mini. So now I'm positive on the E-mini and the Treasury. I'm still thinking this is quite crazy. Oh, it's Santelli and Sorkin? Oh, now I really have to. I was going to wait until after this stream, but I'm going to have to watch this. I'm going to watch it on my, because if I stream it to you guys, then they might complain. So, ooh. No, they didn't actually show it on that one. watch it over here. Okay, so Rick Santelli makes a good point. Okay, so Andrew Sorkin just says, oh, okay, the difference between Walmart and a restaurant are so different, it's unbelievable. And I'm sitting here like, okay, how are they different? Let's see if he answers that. Do you think he's going to answer that question? He says, I disagree. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, man. Don't watch it. You guys got to watch this. Oh, my gosh. I just paused it. Rick Santelli, he says that, like, Andrew didn't give any reasoning or anything, and Rick Santelli just goes off. He's like, 500 people in a Walmart park, in a Lowe's, aren't safer than 100 people in a restaurant. I'm sorry, and I'm sitting there like, well, I do kind of wonder. Probably the restaurant is less safe because you can't eat with a mask off. But I don't think that you're safe going to the Lowe's, for instance. Well, I mean, you are, but you aren't. But you are. But, that's where people are probably catching it, is places like that. Wow. Now they're telling each other that they're doing disservices to the viewer. Hmm. Oh, they are totally scarecrowing him. Oh my gosh. Oh, watching that? Oh, wow. Okay, so like, oh, now I'm super triggered. I'm glad that I waited until the end. They totally misrepresented his opinion there, because now they're saying, oh, You're just saying, like, let everybody do what they want and look at the number of cases. And that was like totally a misrepresentation of what Rick Santelli was saying. Oh, Steve. And nobody likes Sorkin too. That's the funny thing. Home Depot, Walmart are packed every day, but my neighborhood bar has been fined and shuttered for a week for non-compliance with completely arbitrary regulations. They're right. I agree with them. Why can Walmart be open? Or Lowe's? Like, unless it's food, I don't think that it should be able to be open. Well, restaurants probably do spread it more than a Walmart. That's true, but it still spreads it. Well, the Treasury's sitting there down at the lows again, kind of threatening to just, I've seen this one before, man. If they start hitting those, this will just, I've often seen in sells, that this is something that used to frustrate me so much in the Treasuries, was that you'd see this huge down move, and there'd be volume and everything, and then it'd kind of base off. And so you're thinking, okay, well, they would need a lot of volume to be able to push it lower. And then what'll happen is it'll just like drop on nothing. So let's see what happens here. Okay. Scalpers are funny, you say? Man, the ZM, the ES still not able to get that volatility stop. They kind of just they've been teasing it, but they haven't been able to get it. Yeah. I've given you 3 opportunities to change your tune, and you just... Yeah, okay. Well... Oh, geez, they squeeze me out. I'm just gonna screw it. I really should have bought back into it when they flipped it, but whatever. Worst conditions to trade now? So over here in the 10-year treasury, it's probably going to get considerably slower now, right? That's why I'm a little surprised that they ticked up those 2 ticks that quickly, because I was expecting them to kind of sit there around that 08 for a while. But now, when you look at the E-mini, like it's probably like slow, maybe slightly higher. Man, I can't believe they did not take out the volatility stop. Now they're going to take out that pivot. Is it really like, huh? Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. But I'm sure that in the E-mini there will be more activity later, right? Like, I'm sure that this just continues to be a what the is going on until the close. They really misrepresented what Rick Santelli was saying there. I'm just reading through this article. I'm like, wow, they really. I do think the E-mini is going to break that line, but in fact, I think that they should come back to 84. They didn't really, these guys can have blues. I don't know. The whole thing is a little weird. Well, I haven't really had a whole lot to say today, have I? I'm kind of sitting here like, what else should I say? I don't know. I don't know if they'll fit me at 10 or not. Okay, guys, well, I think it is time for me to go. Don't really have much else to say. This move is crazy. I'm wondering what's going to happen on Monday. Sometimes you get these things where there is a piece of news that they're trying to front run, and that's why they don't care what else happens, like a vaccine approval or whatever it is. That might be it, is the U.S. vaccine approval. But man, the whole thing is just kind of crazy. The pace of jobs really slowed in November. I'm concerned about what it's going to do in December, and then going into next quarter. I don't think we're out of this, and I'm not convinced that the Federal Reserve just buying everything fixes everything. So let's see where it goes. But I will see you guys on Monday. Probably do some... Hopefully I have a video for you on Monday about Bollinger Bands. And yeah. We'll wait next week for better opportunities. Yeah, I mean, I bet you that there's going to be... The E-mini is going to keep moving until the end of the day. Wouldn't be surprised. I would keep an eye out there. Like, I think I would be... So worth sitting out there with like a stop entry somewhere below the market on the expectation that if we move really fast, that we can just sell into it and that they could dump all the way back to the seller cost basis at 36.78. Like a bad Brexit headline came or something like that. Like, this market looks really vulnerable to that sort of thing. So, okay. I'll see you guys Monday. Stay profitable, friends.